Well, speaking of shock jocks, you mentioned a shock jock is like, can you feel the air of Mr. Stern when you walk around the Sirius? And are you a huge Howard fan? Because I mean, to me, Howard's a genius.
Well, of course. No, I don't think you become Howard Stern unless you're a genius. Like, there's just no way. He is brilliant. I'm a huge fan. I listen to him driving to high school every morning in Miami. And there were times where I would be laughing so hard I'd have to pull over because like my eyes would be clouded with tears. I actually have never met him. I've met Gary Delabate a number of times. He's lovely. Howard has his own thing at Sirius. You know, he has his own wing, his own elevator, his own paycheck that certainly none of us see. But I will say that he walked by once. I think he was doing something for 60 Minutes and we were on the air and he walked by and, you know, I've always wanted to meet him because he's so tall. I'm 6'1". I think he's like 6'6". And I just want to see like how he looks at me because he's a tall wife. You know, I just want to know like,
Yeah.
how does he look at me? And he walked by and we saw him and I waved and blew him kisses. He had obviously no clue who I was. Oh wait, there are the people behind you. They look nice.
You
I know they
guys
can't
can
hear me.
look. Don't mind me.
Hi.
Michelle says you look nice.
No, so that's nice. They really do seem nice. But anyway, although if that's a MAGA hat I spy on her, I'll truly lie. I saw a red cap. We'll talk later. But he walked by. That was a highlight for me. But we've not met him. And you know what? One day I do believe I will meet the great Howard Stern. I love his wife. She does incredible work with the North Shore Animal League, which is an amazing place to adopt an animal from. So they're really great.
And Robin's really funny.
Love Robin. Yeah, they're all great.
Where did you first meet Andy Cohen? Like, I know you guys, and do you love your Watch What Happens live appearances? Is that always a treat?
I love that show. I think it's one of the only good late night shows, to be honest with you. It's like one of the only shows that feels raw in the best way and not, you know, completely produced down to the last second, which is how I personally like to watch things.
Yeah.
When did I meet Andy?
I figured.
I remember where I met him. I met Andy because I was a writer on Kathy Griffin's talk show, which was on Bravo, you know, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago. And I went to a taping of Watch What Happens. And we met and he knew me from the show because I used to make appearances and was so lovely to me. Andy is actually someone, if we're going to talk about being weird around someone, I've only recently learned to chill around Andy because like I've met him so many times now that I can just be normal. But Andy to me was like, oh, it's like Andy Cohen. Like I would get very excited. I was sort of like fangirling for Andy for such a long time. And I just wanted him to like me. It's really quite embarrassing, but I was like, I just want Andy to think I'm funny. And now I think we've really hit a good place with our friendships. I'm happy to say that I can be normal now around Andy Cohen.
So out of all these people you interviewed, like you've been on the show so many times, you were still nervous around Andy?
Not this last time because it was via Zoom, but you know, it's like the first time I was really shitting myself. I wore a hideous dress. I looked so bad. You know, when the pressure really is on to look good, like when it's like, this is it, now or never. I'm at about 50-50 where when I look back at pictures, I'm either like, wow, I really look beautiful that night, or why didn't anyone just stop me? Like, why didn't someone sit me down and say, this isn't going to be good on you. Like put something else on.
Right.
I've never really had a stylist, you know, blah, blah, blah. I like how I dress, but I can't wear black dresses every day on TV or whatever. So, you know, it is what it is.
Would you ever want your own talk show?
Well, why are we all here, David? Yes. I mean, I have one technically.
You do.
You know,
you do.
Technically I do. But no, I just read that they gave John Mayer, and I know John's very friendly with Andy, that they gave him like I guess he's going to do like a Jules Holland show, which I actually do like that for him versus like a comedy late night show. I know that they're giving more opportunities. There's all these platforms, streaming this and that. But yes, that would be the end game for me. Daytime or nighttime, just 3 a.m., 8 a.m., anytime.
You don't care. And yeah, you do have your own show. I mean, I didn't mean it like that, but I just mean like,
no, a televised talk show. Yeah, of course. No, I think that's what everyone is in the game for. Don't you think so?
I think so. I mean, I wouldn't turn it away. What about like this whole, you know, like you mentioned, like cancel culture and like, you know, this is taken off the internet, you know, like everything that's going on now with talk shows, like, you know, Sharon Osbourne. Do you think we've gone too far? How do you feel about cancel culture?
It's almost like not my place to say. I think that the thing with Sharon was just a shit show. She chose to leave. It was probably for the best for everybody, including herself and the viewing public. I think if you just say stupid shit, it can come back to you. I do think that people are waiting to hear the stupid shit. Like everyone's like, who's next? You know?
Yeah.
But that's where we find ourselves. But it's kind of overcorrecting for a reason because we've been so we've let so much badness slip and slide by that now it's sort of a time where people are paying for it. So,
I could see that.
if you are not a shitty person, you have nothing to be worried about.